On this week's show, we covered the boys' basketball games versus Hoosick Falls, Tamarack, and Hoosick Valley, the bowling team's match versus Fort Edward, and the girls' basketball game versus Hoosick Valley. All that and more on This Week in SCC Sports.
I'm gonna fight 'em all. A seven-nation army couldn't hold me back. They're gonna rip it all.
Welcome to This Week in SCC Sports. I'm your host, the voice of the Saints, Brandon Karam, SCC Class of 2020. This week we start with boys basketball. On Monday, the boys traveled to Hoosick Falls. The JV kept the game close, only being down 20-17 at halftime, but were outscored 30-22 in the second half and lost 50-39. Reagan Burmester had 13 points in the loss. The varsity struggled early, falling behind 23-9 after the first quarter, and were unable to complete the comeback, losing 71-47. Terrell Tillman added 13 points in the loss. On Tuesday, the JV and varsity boys took on Tamarack at the Broadway gym. The JV fell behind early, trailing 18-11 after the first quarter, but then took a 3-point lead heading into halftime. After a huge third quarter by Tamarack, the Saints couldn't come back, falling 72-60. Jordan Catone led the Saints with 20 points in the loss. In a back-and-forth varsity game, the Saints took a 3-point lead into halftime. After the third quarter, the Saints were only up by 4 points, but then were able to close it out, winning 66-60. Tyler HARADEN led the Saints with 24 points, and Aiden D'Agostino added 21. Here's Coach SPEERS and Aiden.
We battled. We're missing 2 starters tonight. Jake stepped up off the bench. Joe came in, did some minutes. Timmy gave us minutes off the bench. And our guys just played hard. It was a very physical, somewhat dirty game at times, and we persevered through it and came away with a good W.
It went well. We couldn't let them get in our heads, and we just had to tune them out, and that's what we did.
Friday's game, how do you think it's going to go?
It's going to be tough. It was a 10-point difference last time, but I think we're going to pull through with a big lead this time and win.
On Wednesday, the bowling team took on Fort Edward at the Saratoga Strike Zone. In another great day for the team, Michaela Barbolt led with a 220 average and a 233 high. Timmy Barrett had a 207 average and a 247 high, and LJ LaFiora also had a 207 average with a 235 high. Zach Niles added a 213 game high, and Jake Lenz added a 256 game high. The JV team was led by Chris Gill, winning with a career best 206 high. Here's Zach Niles and Chris Gill.
Brandon, tonight we performed excellent. We came in here knowing that it was a hard team and that we were going to have to defend that championship that we wanted to get. Sadly, we lost 2 out of the 3 games, but we still won overall. And you know what? I think going into the championships and sectionals and everything, I think we're going to do excellent. I have great faith in this team and that we're going to do excellent.
I think our season is going very, very well, and I think we all played very well today.
On Friday, the girls' basketball struggles continued, traveling to Hoosick Valley and losing 59-21. Also on Friday, the modified, JV, and varsity all took on Hoosick Valley at the Broadway gym. The modified continued to dominate, picking up the victory 63-38 and improving to 8-0. Robbie Bolin led the Saints with 21 points. The JV boys got back on track, taking a 30-10 lead into halftime and didn't take their foot off the gas by ending with a final score of 54-26. Reagan Burmester led with 15 points and Jordan Catone added 11. The varsity came out blazing, scoring 34 first-half points to Hoosick Valley's 20. In the second half, the varsity coasted to the win 71-50. Terrell Tillman led with 17 points and Sean Engler added 11. Here's Coach Mantilla and Terrell. Coach, you get a win over Hoosick Valley on your birthday. How's it feel and how do you think the team played?
Well, I thought they played very well. We lost 2 great senior starters in Ryan McFadden and Tyler HARADEN, and for guys to step up, it was very impressive. Terrell played well. Sean, I thought Ben Scammell shot the ball very well, hit 3 threes in the second half, I think, and this is what we're going to have to do. It's going to have to be a team effort the rest of the way.
We played overall pretty good. Without Tyler and Ryan, our 2 starters, we dig deep, we fought, we had good shots, we played good defense, and we got the job done.
After the break, our talk with bowling senior Jake Lenz, but first, here's what's on tap for this week. Welcome back to This Week in SCC Sports. This week's guest is bowler Jake Lenz. Jake, it's your senior year. This was your last ever home match. How was your Spot Catholic bowling career?
Well, it was a great season. I had a good time. It was the best season so far my senior year. It was definitely great to do that, and I think we improved as a team really well together. And yeah, this is our best year, I think.
Jake, thank you. We will see you next week on YouTube, so stay tuned. Chris, it was a career high for you. You bowled over a 200. How do you think the match went? How do you think the season's been going so far?
Well, I think this match went just dandy, and I think our I think our season's going very, very well.
All right, we're gonna restart it.
Dang it.